A buddy cop show, but with zombies and comedy. We watched iZombie. Stay tuned to hear what we thought. Welcome back to Cheers and Jeers, where we review some of the best and the worst film and TV of years gone by. But before we continue with this review, please take a moment to smash that like button, subscribe, share this video on social media if you like what you see. It really does help as we continue to try to grow this channel. So, that being said, please be forewarned, we might engage in some mild spoilers, but most of these shows are years old, so everything is fair game. So consider yourself warned. iZombie came out in 2015. It was produced by Warner Brothers, aired on the CW network for 5 seasons, total of some 71 episodes. It was filmed in Vancouver, and it starred the actress Rose McIver as Olivia Moore, also known as Liv Moore. They liked puns in this show. Then several of the character names and other things, they used clever and witty puns. The basic premise of the show is the protagonist, Liv Moore, is a medical student who at a party gets exposed to something that suddenly turns her into a zombie. She wakes up not knowing what's going on, finds out her hair has gone a little bit white, and in order to maintain her sanity and not become a mindless drone of a zombie, she has to continue to eat human brains on an ongoing basis. So as it turns out, she works in a coroner's office. How convenient. And so she has a ready access to brains coming in the front door. A side effect of this habit she has to develop is that every time she eats someone's brains, she absorbs some of the personality and traces of the memory of that person. So she aligns herself with a police detective named Clive Babineau, and they work together as a crime-fighting duo using her special psychic insight to solve crimes. It's my verdict is it's a worthwhile show. It's set in Seattle. It's filmed in Vancouver. This is not uncommon. Shows made for the American audience that are produced in Vancouver will very often set themselves in an American setting. Seattle, Portland, somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. I think they underestimate the American viewer, and that we won't find ourselves entertained with or be able to relate to a show unless it's in one of our cities. I think that's kind of silly. If a show is set in Toronto or Vancouver or London, it can be just as entertaining, compelling to watch if it's well written, well acted, etc. But that's what they chose to do with this show and some others. The writing style of iZombie is, it's fairly formulaic. It uses the template of the buddy cop drama that we've seen for decades in more different TV series than I could care to count. In this case, it is mixed in with a dash of comedy added in, as well as the little bit of supernatural angle with the zombie effect. That's an angle that's also been done before with the buddy cop drama. A lot of times you'll see the protagonist that the story revolves around has some special secret or super ability, and that secret is kept from their partner, and so that adds to some of the dramatic tension as they're working together, and the protagonist has this special ability that helps him or her solve crime. The partner's not quite on board with that or aware of it, and that can be played for laughs. In this show, it's very much played for laughs because the protagonist, Liv Moore, will oftentimes end up acting very eccentric because of the various personalities she takes on in episode to episode, and her partner Clive Babineau plays the straight character who is oblivious and constantly befuddled by her strange behavior. That's a big part of the comedy of every episode. A good thing about this show is the show understands what it is. It doesn't try to take itself too seriously. It's based off of a comic book series, and that's very apparent in the aesthetic of the show. It is light entertainment. It doesn't get too dark, even though it's dealing with some very grim subject matter, people being killed, cannibalism, etc., etc. Somehow still manages to be pretty light. The factor of Livermore taking on a different persona every episode is probably the most entertaining part of the show, and it gives the actors a chance to play something a little bit different each time, even though it can be a little bit of a procedural police drama that livens it up a little bit and gives it a little bit of variety. It's kind of nice. The series does resolve itself nicely at the end. I think they had a planned end to the show as opposed to a surprise cancellation, which is nice, because there are some, although it's somewhat episodic, there are some overarching arcs into the storytelling that resolve nicely, and all the characters get a satisfying conclusion to their personal journeys, which is a good thing. I give it Cheers. It's not a groundbreaking show in any particular way, but it is pleasant, and it is amusing and entertaining to watch. You don't have to think too much. You can jump in here or there, watch an episode at a time. You're not lost jumping into the middle of something. So it's worth your time. It's available on Netflix, is where you can find it. So check it out. What did you think? Did you agree with our opinion? Did we miss anything important that you'd like to point out about the show? Let us know in the comments if so, and as always, please do subscribe, like, share this video. It really helps, and leave us your suggestions, anything else you'd like us to review, and we'll take a look at it. So until next time, keep cheering and jeering.